Over the last 10,000 years, human civilizations have risen and fallen, often influenced by their environment. How have climate changes shaped societies from the dawn of agriculture to the modern era? This exploration reveals nature's critical role in our history. The transition from nomadic tribes to settled agriculture marked a pivotal moment in human history around 10,000 years ago. This shift was largely driven by a warming climate, which led to the domestication of plants and animals. As agriculture flourished, so did the size and complexity of human societies. Settlements grew into cities, leading to the rise of civilizations like Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt, where fertile land created abundance. However, environmental changes were not always benevolent. The 4.2 kiloyear event marked a significant climate shift that caused widespread drought across the Near East, leading to the collapse of many early civilizations. Drought and resource scarcity forced people to adapt. Some communities turned to trade, while others developed new technologies to cope with the environment, showcasing human resilience in the face of change. In Mesoamerica, the rise and fall of the Maya civilization was similarly influenced by environmental changes. Prolonged droughts may have contributed to societal stress and eventual decline, illustrating the fragility of civilizations. In contrast, the Nile River's predictable flooding supported the stability of ancient Egypt for centuries. The ability to harness such natural cycles allowed for agricultural prosperity and cultural development. As societies advanced, the Industrial Revolution in the 18th century marked a significant turning point. Rapid industrialization led to increased pollution and environmental degradation, altering the relationship between humans and nature. The repercussions of these environmental changes are still evident today. Climate change, driven by human activity, poses challenges reminiscent of historical crises that reshaped societies, highlighting the lesson of adapting to our planet. Throughout history, societies that prioritized sustainable practices often thrived longer. Indigenous cultures exemplify this, maintaining a harmonious balance with their environment, showcasing valuable lessons for modern civilization. The lessons from history are clear. Adaptation is key. Societies that failed to adapt to environmental changes faced decline, while those that embraced innovation and sustainable practices flourished, leaving a lasting legacy. Today, as we confront the realities of climate change and resource depletion, reflections on past civilizations guide our actions. The choices we make now will determine our collective future in a fragile world. The history of human civilization is intertwined with the environment. By studying past responses to ecological shifts, we can better prepare for the challenges that lie ahead, fostering resilience and sustainability. In every chapter of history, nature has played a crucial role in shaping societies. Understanding this relationship can empower us to make informed decisions that honor our planet and our future generations. As we reflect on the lessons learned from thousands of years of environmental changes, it's clear that our actions today will echo through time. What legacy will we leave for future civilizations to learn from? As the climate shifted around 5000 BCE, ancient Mesopotamia saw the rise of irrigation agriculture. This innovation transformed arid lands into fertile fields, allowing for population growth and urbanization. However, reliance on the Tigris and Euphrates rivers also made societies vulnerable to flooding and droughts. In the Americas, the development of corn around 3000 BCE revolutionized the lives of Mesoamerican societies. This staple crop supported complex civilizations such as the Maya and Aztecs. Their agricultural practices showcased adaptability to environmental challenges, emphasizing biodiversity and sustainability. Around 1500 CE, the Little Ice Age began, bringing cooler temperatures that drastically affected European harvests. This period led to food shortages and social unrest, showcasing how climate can directly impact societal stability and governance. The resulting tensions often ignited conflicts across the continent. Simultaneously, Africa's Sahel region faced desertification, pushing nomadic tribes to migrate southward. These movements not only reshaped demographics, but also led to cultural exchanges and conflicts over resources. The adaptability of these communities reveal the resilience of human spirit amidst adversity. The Industrial Revolution of the late 18th century marked a significant turning point. Urbanization increased as people flocked to cities for factory jobs, leading to dramatic environmental changes. The exploitation of natural resources established a new relationship between humans and the environment, often at a steep price. In the 20th century, world wars brought about rapid technological advancements, but also devastating environmental consequences. The use of chemical weapons and bombings left lasting scars on ecosystems, illustrating the destructive potential of human conflict and the urgent need for environmental stewardship. The Green Revolution of the 1960s introduced high-yield crops and advanced farming techniques, significantly increasing food production. However, this came with increased reliance on chemical fertilizers and pesticides, raising concerns about long-term sustainability and ecosystem health, a balance still debated today. The late 20th century raised awareness of climate change as scientific evidence mounted. Events like the 1989 Exxon Valdez oil spill highlighted human impact on the environment. Activism surged as societies began to recognize the need for a collective response to protect the planet's fragile ecosystems. As nations grappled with environmental crises, the 21st century saw the emergence of sustainability as a guiding principle in policymaking. Renewable energy sources like wind and solar became focal points for creating eco-friendly infrastructures, marking a pivotal shift in human-nature relations. The COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 served as a stark reminder of humanity's connection to nature. As cities shut down, wildlife reclaimed urban spaces, prompting discussions about the balance between development and nature. This unprecedented event highlighted the fragile interdependence between humans and their environments. Amidst these changes, indigenous communities worldwide continue to uphold traditional ecological knowledge. Their sustainable practices and deep connections to their land offer invaluable lessons in stewardship and resilience, reinforcing the importance of diverse perspectives in addressing environmental challenges. As climate patterns continue to evolve, societies face new challenges and opportunities. Adaptation strategies like climate-resilient crops have emerged as vital responses. Innovations in agriculture and technology aim to secure food systems against future uncertainties, reflecting humanity's enduring resilience. Contemporary art and activism often reflect environmental themes, amplifying voices advocating for change. Through art, creators spark dialogue about ecological issues, encouraging societies to rethink their relationship with nature. These movements are integral to shaping a sustainable future. Through education, a new generation of environmental stewards is emerging. Programs promoting ecological literacy encourage young minds to understand the complexities of their ecosystems. By fostering this knowledge, societies can empower future leaders to implement sustainable practices. The integration of technology into environmental science has led to advancements in conservation efforts. From satellite monitoring to AI-driven data analysis, these tools provide insights that enhance our understanding of ecosystems and inform better decision-making for sustainable development. The concept of circular economies has gained traction as a solution to environmental degradation. By reducing waste and promoting the reuse of materials, societies can lessen their ecological footprint and foster resilience. This shift signifies a collective move towards sustainability. Global collaborations are increasingly vital in addressing climate change. Initiatives like the Paris Agreement exemplify how nations can unite for a common cause. These efforts illustrate the interconnectedness of societies and the importance of collective action in preserving the planet. As we look to the future, the lessons from the past about environmental changes remind us of the stakes at hand. Societies must learn from historical successes and failures to create a sustainable trajectory. The importance of this knowledge cannot be overstated as it shapes our legacy. While challenges persist, optimism for the future remains. Innovative solutions and grassroots movements are emerging worldwide, driven by a shared commitment to environmental stewardship. This burgeoning awareness signifies a transformative period in humanity's relationship with nature. Reflecting on the past millennium reveals a dynamic interplay between humanity and nature. Each era has contributed to the narrative of resilience and adaptation. Understanding these stories is essential as societies navigate the complexities of modern environmental challenges. In the face of unprecedented changes, the future of civilization hinges on our collective response. Addressing climate change demands collaboration, innovation, and an unwavering commitment to sustainability. Only by working together can we ensure a thriving planet for generations to come. As environmental crises become more pronounced, historical patterns can guide modern decision-making. Past responses to ecological shifts reflect how societies can adapt and thrive. Learning from history equips us with the knowledge needed to tackle present-day challenges effectively. The engagement of youth in environmental advocacy marks a hopeful turning point. Young activists challenge the status quo and demand accountability from leaders. Their voices resonate globally, symbolizing a new wave of commitment to ecological integrity and sustainable practices. In the world of science, research continues to uncover the impacts of historical environmental changes on contemporary issues. Studies on biodiversity loss emphasize the urgency of protecting ecosystems. Science plays a crucial role in illuminating the path forward for sustainable living. Art and literature have also become powerful mediums for environmental discourse. Creators use their platforms to highlight urgent ecological issues, encouraging critical conversations about humanity's footprint. These cultural narratives play a vital role in shaping public perceptions. The role of technology in combating environmental challenges is increasingly recognized. Innovations such as carbon capture and green technologies promise to mitigate human impact. Embracing these advancements is essential for creating a sustainable future. As societies navigate the complexities of global warming, localized initiatives can lead to substantial change. Community-led projects focused on reforestation and conservation exemplify how grassroots efforts can make a significant impact on the environment. The intersection of policy and environment shapes the future of civilization. Effective governance and informed policies are essential to address ecological crises. Only by integrating scientific knowledge into policymaking can societies achieve sustainable development. Looking ahead, the need for a global shift in consciousness about the environment is paramount. As we witness the ongoing impacts of climate change, a united effort is imperative. Acknowledging our collective responsibility can foster a more harmonious relationship with nature. As we delve deeper into the intricate dance between humanity and nature, the lessons learned offer hope and direction. The resilience of past civilizations in the face of environmental changes serves as both a cautionary tale and a source of inspiration. The journey towards sustainability continues, inviting all to partake in shaping a better future. The transition from the last ice age transformed landscapes and climates, reshaping the habitats of early human societies. As glaciers receded, fertile land emerged, beckoning hunter-gatherers to settle. This pivotal shift laid the groundwork for the advent of agriculture, fundamentally altering human existence. The Neolithic Revolution marked a turning point. As communities began domesticating plants and animals, this shift not only increased food production but also fostered social structures and trade networks, propelling societies into new realms of collaboration and innovation. However, with the rise of agriculture came the challenge of resource management. Early civilizations like Mesopotamia faced the dual threat of flooding and drought, prompting innovative irrigation techniques to sustain their burgeoning societies. This ingenuity revealed humanity's ability to adapt to nature's whims. In ancient Egypt, the annual flooding of the Nile was both a blessing and a curse. As the river overflowed, it deposited nutrient-rich silt, enabling agriculture to flourish. Yet, unpredictable floods could devastate crops, forcing Egyptians to develop complex societal responses to maintain stability. Further east, the Indus Valley civilization exemplified advanced urban planning in response to their environment. With a sophisticated drainage system and grid layout, cities like Mohenjo-Daro showcased how environmental challenges could inspire innovative solutions for urban living. Farther north, the Vikings adapted to harsh climates through ingenious building techniques and sustainable practices. Their longhouses, constructed from local materials, provided warmth and shelter in the frigid temperatures, highlighting a deep connection to their environment. As nations expanded and empires rose, environmental factors continued to play a crucial role. The Roman Empire, for instance, established extensive trade routes that not only facilitated economic growth, but also led to the spread of agricultural practices across Europe, transforming local ecosystems. The fall of the Roman Empire, however, served as a stark reminder of how vulnerable civilizations are to environmental shifts. As climate conditions changed and resources dwindled, societal structures crumbled, demonstrating the critical importance of sustainability and resource management. During the Middle Ages, Europe experienced significant climatic changes, known as the medieval warm period. This era had profound effects on agriculture, allowing crops to thrive and populations to burgeon, shaping the cultural landscape of the continent. Yet, this boom was followed by the Little Ice Age, which brought harsh winters and agricultural decline. Food shortages led to social unrest and revolution, illustrating how intertwined climate and human society truly are. Across the globe, similar narratives unfolded as indigenous communities faced environmental changes. The ancestral Puebloans in the American Southwest adapted to arid conditions by developing advanced irrigation and agricultural techniques, ensuring their survival amidst fluctuating climates. Meanwhile, in the Amazon rainforest, indigenous tribes practiced sustainable agriculture long before modern concepts of environmentalism emerged. Their deep understanding of the ecosystem allowed them to thrive in harmony with nature, showcasing a model for contemporary sustainability. As the Industrial Revolution ignited in the 18th century, humanity confronted unprecedented environmental challenges. Rapid urbanization and resource extraction drastically altered landscapes, leading to pollution and habitat loss that still resonate today. With technological advancements came an increased awareness of environmental issues. The early conservation movements of the 19th century sought to address the degradation caused by industrial growth, emphasizing the need for a balanced relationship with nature. The 20th century witnessed rising global environmental concerns, especially during catastrophic events like the Dust Bowl. This ecological disaster underscored the fragility of agricultural practices, raising alarms about sustainable land use and the consequences of mismanagement. As environmental crises like climate change accelerated, so did the call for action. Movements advocating for renewable energy and sustainable practices gained momentum as societies recognized the urgent need to adapt to the changing world. In recent decades, a shift toward understanding the interconnectedness of environmental health and societal well-being has emerged. Concepts like ecological resilience emphasize how communities can thrive amidst environmental challenges by learning from historical precedents. Global initiatives are now emphasizing collaboration across nations to tackle shared environmental issues. The Paris Agreement represents a pivotal moment in the fight against climate change, highlighting humanity's collective responsibility in preserving the planet for future generations. As cities grow and biodiversity dwindles, urban environments are adapting to integrate nature. Green spaces, vertical gardens, and sustainable architecture are becoming essential elements in urban planning, aiming to restore balance between humanity and the natural world. Looking ahead, the lessons from history remind us of the need for innovation and adaptability. As humanity continues to face environmental challenges, drawing inspiration from the past can guide present and future actions toward a sustainable coexistence with nature. The story of human civilization is deeply intertwined with nature's cycles. From the rise of agriculture to urbanization, environmental conditions have dictated the paths societies took. Changing climates often forced communities to adapt, innovate, or face extinction due to resource shortages. The Little Ice Age, spanning from the 14th to the 19th century, significantly impacted European societies. Crops failed due to cooler temperatures, leading to famine and social unrest. This period illustrates how sudden changes in climate can disrupt established norms and trigger societal collapse. In response to these challenges, societies began to innovate agricultural practices. Crop rotation and selective breeding emerged, allowing for greater resilience against climate fluctuations. These advancements underscore humanity's ability to transform adversity into opportunity. Meanwhile, in the Americas, the rise of the mound builders showcased another adaptation to environmental challenges. Constructing large earthen mounds not only served as burial sites, but also as platforms for agriculture, emphasizing a deep connection to the land. The rise of the Silk Road during the 1st century AD demonstrated how trade routes facilitated the exchange of not only goods, but also knowledge on resource management. As cultures intermingled, strategies for coping with environmental changes spread across continents. As the Industrial Revolution took hold in the 18th century, societies increasingly exploited natural resources. While this era spurred technological advancements and growth, it also marked the beginning of significant environmental degradation, altering landscapes and ecosystems permanently. The Dust Bowl of the 1930s serves as a grim example of ecological mismanagement. Poor agricultural practices combined with severe drought led to massive dust storms, displacing thousands and demonstrating the urgent need for sustainable farming techniques. In the wake of the Dust Bowl, the New Deal introduced crucial reforms aimed at soil conservation and sustainable agriculture. These initiatives highlighted the importance of governmental intervention in addressing environmental crises and promoting resilient practices. The post-World War II era saw a significant rise in consumerism and industrial growth, leading to increased pollution and habitat loss. This period marks a turning point where the consequences of unchecked growth began to realize their impact on ecosystems and communities. In the 1960s, environmental awareness began to rise, catalyzed by works such as Rachel Carson's Silent Spring. This pivotal moment sparked a global conversation about environmental stewardship, urging societies to rethink their relationship with nature. The establishment of Earth Day in 1970 was a watershed moment for environmental advocacy. It rallied millions of people worldwide, uniting efforts to protect the planet and promote sustainability, illustrating the power of collective action. As the 21st century unfolded, the impacts of climate change became increasingly apparent. Rising sea levels and extreme weather events have begun to reshape coastal communities, forcing residents to adapt or relocate, highlighting the urgency of the situation. Innovations in renewable energy technologies symbolize a shift towards a more sustainable future. Wind and solar power are becoming integral to energy infrastructures worldwide, showcasing humanity's resilience and adaptability in the face of environmental crisis. The global response to climate change has also sparked a resurgence of traditional ecological knowledge. Indigenous practices and ancient wisdom are being integrated into modern conservation strategies, emphasizing the value of community-led initiatives. Urban environments are now incorporating green spaces to enhance biodiversity and improve quality of life. Parks, green roofs, and urban gardens are reimagining cities, fostering a deeper connection between urban dwellers and nature. As climate scientists warn of impending changes, the discourse on sustainable practices intensifies. Corporate responsibility is increasingly scrutinized, pushing businesses to adopt greener practices and reduce their carbon footprints to combat environmental degradation. Climate justice movements are emerging, emphasizing the need for equitable solutions to environmental challenges. These initiatives advocate for the most vulnerable communities, reminding us that environmental changes disproportionately affect marginalized groups. The relationship between nature and civilization is a complex tapestry woven through millennia. Understanding this connection enhances our appreciation for the delicate balance necessary for survival in an ever-changing world. As we progress into the future, the lessons learned from past environmental challenges will be paramount. The ability to adapt, innovate, and respect nature's limits will determine the fate of human societies in the decades to come. Despite the obstacles, hope shines through innovation and collaboration. Communities worldwide are uniting to create sustainable solutions, proving that collective action can lead to a brighter, more harmonious future with the environment. The resurgence of urban farming and local food movements signals a shift towards sustainability. These initiatives not only reduce the carbon footprint, but also foster community resilience and food security, reflecting a return to nature. Environmental education has become a critical component of modern curricula, fostering a generation that values sustainability. By engaging youth in ecological conservation efforts, societies lay the groundwork for a more responsible future. The global biodiversity crisis is a stark reminder of the fragility of ecosystems. Protecting endangered species and habitats is not just an environmental issue, but a crucial part of maintaining the balance needed for human survival. Technological advancements are also playing a role in tracking and mitigating environmental changes. Satellite imagery and data analytics help monitor deforestation, pollution levels, and habitat loss, enabling proactive measures. The importance of mental health in connection with nature is gaining recognition. Studies show that spending time in natural environments can reduce stress, promote well-being, and enhance our overall quality of life. As history has shown, environmental stewardship is a shared responsibility. By learning from past mistakes and successes, societies can forge a path that prioritizes ecological integrity alongside human advancement. Local movements advocating for sustainable policies are emerging globally, empowering communities to take charge of their environmental futures. These grassroots efforts are vital in shaping sustainable practices at the local level. International cooperation is also essential in addressing global environmental issues. Agreements like the Paris Accord signify a collective commitment to reducing greenhouse gas emissions and combating climate change on a global scale. As we reflect on the past and present, the potential for a sustainable future rests on our ability to learn from history. The collective wisdom of generations can guide us towards solutions that honor both humanity and the environment. The ongoing challenges of climate change demand innovative thinking in urban design. Projects worldwide aim to create cities that are not only livable, but also resilient to environmental changes, incorporating nature into their infrastructure. The concept of circular economies is gaining traction, aiming to minimize waste and make the most of resources. By rethinking production and consumption, societies can reduce their environmental impact significantly. Youth-led movements like Fridays for Future highlight the urgency of addressing climate change. These passionate voices are paving the way for policy changes and demanding accountability from leaders worldwide. The role of art and culture in environmental advocacy cannot be overlooked. Artists and creators are using their platforms to raise awareness about ecological issues, inspiring action and fostering a deeper connection to the planet. Technological innovation is also making strides in agriculture. Vertical farming and hydroponics are revolutionizing food production, allowing for sustainable practices even in urban settings, addressing food security concerns. Water scarcity is a pressing global issue that affects millions. Innovative solutions such as rainwater harvesting and desalination are being explored to ensure access to clean water, vital for both human and ecological health. The effects of pollution on marine ecosystems are alarming. Initiatives to clean oceans and protect marine life are gaining momentum, driven by a collective desire to restore balance in aquatic environments. Sustainable forestry practices are becoming a focal point in combating deforestation. Certification programs and community-led initiatives aim to ensure that timber harvesting is done responsibly. preserving vital habitats. The integration of nature-based solutions in urban planning is proving effective. Green infrastructure, such as urban wetlands and permeable pavements, helps manage stormwater and reduces urban heat, showcasing the harmony between development and nature. As conflicts over natural resources escalate, the need for conflict resolution strategies becomes critical. Engaging communities in dialogue fosters cooperation and prevents conflicts while promoting sustainable resource management. The impact of climate change on migration patterns is increasingly evident. Communities displaced by environmental disasters are reshaping demographics and urban landscapes, urging societies to adapt to this new reality. Global initiatives for reforestation are underway, highlighting the significance of trees in combating climate change. These projects not only restore ecosystems, but also enhance biodiversity and improve air quality. Community-led conservation efforts are gaining traction, as local knowledge becomes a crucial asset in protecting biodiversity. Empowering communities to take charge ensures that conservation practices are culturally relevant and sustainable. Lastly, the concept of environmental ethics is evolving, prompting deeper reflections on humanity's responsibility towards nature. This philosophical shift encourages a collective mindset that prioritizes ecological well-being alongside human prosperity. As societies navigate through the complexities of environmental change, the importance of interdisciplinary approaches is becoming clear. Collaboration between scientists, policymakers, and communities can yield innovative solutions for a sustainable future. The path forward is not without challenges, but it also holds immense potential. By embracing the lessons of the past and fostering a holistic understanding of our relationship with nature, humanity can strive towards a balanced and sustainable future for all. As ancient civilizations flourished, they often found their success intertwined with the environment. The Nile River, for example, provided fertile soil and water, enabling the rise of Egypt. This interdependence highlights the vital role natural resources played in shaping human endeavors. Conversely, environmental shifts could spell disaster for even the most advanced societies. The collapse of the Maya civilization offers a poignant lesson on the consequences of climate change and resource depletion. Deforestation and drought led to societal decline and migration. In the medieval period, the Little Ice Age had sweeping impacts across Europe, transforming agricultural practices. Crops failed, leading to severe food shortages and social upheaval, illustrating how climate can disrupt societal stability. The Industrial Revolution marked a significant turning point in humanity's relationship with nature. Rapid industrialization led to environmental degradation, yet it also spurred advancements in technology that could mitigate these effects. Throughout history, societies have adapted to environmental challenges in innovative ways. Indigenous cultures around the world showcase sustainable practices, utilizing local resources while maintaining ecological balance, emphasizing the importance of traditional knowledge. The 20th century saw the rise of environmental movements as awareness grew about humanity's impact on the planet. Activists and scientists began advocating for policy changes to protect fragile ecosystems and promote sustainability. Yet, despite progress, challenges persist. Climate change continues to threaten biodiversity and disrupt weather patterns. As societies confront these realities, the historical context of resilience and adaptation provides crucial insights. Understanding history's lessons encourages contemporary societies to foster a sustainable coexistence with nature. This involves rethinking consumption, embracing renewable resources, and prioritizing ecological health over short-term gains. As humanity faces unprecedented environmental challenges, the need for global cooperation becomes paramount. Nations must unite in a collective effort to address climate change, inspired by the resilience demonstrated throughout history. In conclusion, the journey through the last 10,000 years reveals a profound truth. Our fate is tied to the natural world. By learning from past mistakes and honoring our relationship with the environment, humanity can forge a sustainable path forward. As societies evolved, they increasingly recognized the delicate balance between human activity and the environment. Ancient civilizations, such as the Maya, thrived by understanding seasonal changes and adapting their agriculture accordingly. Yet the same factors that led to their success also sowed the seeds of decline when environmental shifts struck unexpectedly. Fast forward to the Middle Ages, when Europe faced significant climatic fluctuations. The Little Ice Age brought harsher winters, diminishing harvests, and widespread famine. These environmental challenges sparked social upheaval, leading to migrations and conflicts that reshaped the continent's demographic landscape. In contrast, the age of exploration opened new frontiers for human expansion, driven by technological advancements and a quest for resources. However, as European powers colonized distant lands, they often disregarded indigenous knowledge about sustainable practices, leading to ecological degradation and cultural loss. The Industrial Revolution marked a pivotal turn in humanity's relationship with the environment. While it fostered unprecedented economic growth, it also unleashed pollution and environmental destruction on an alarming scale. Urban centers became hotspots of activity, yet they suffered from neglecting the natural world. By the 20th century, the consequences of environmental neglect became increasingly apparent. The Dust Bowl in the United States serves as a stark reminder of how poor agricultural practices can lead to ecological collapse. This disaster not only affected the land, but also forced thousands to relocate, forever altering American society. Global awareness of environmental issues surged in the late 20th century, as activists and scientists sounded alarms about climate change. The establishment of Earth Day in 1970 marked a turning point, uniting voices across the globe in advocating for environmental protection and sustainability. Today, the world faces unprecedented environmental challenges, from rising sea levels to deforestation. However, history teaches us resilience and adaptation are possible. Innovative solutions, such as renewable energy and sustainable agriculture, echo ancient practices that harmonized human needs with the natural world. As we reflect on our journey through the last 10,000 years, it's clear that the lessons of history are more relevant than ever. By recognizing the interconnectedness of civilization and nature, humanity can forge a new path, one that prioritizes ecological balance and respects the environment. The final lesson from our historical exploration is that the future lies in our hands. By embracing sustainable practices and learning from past mistakes, we can create a world where civilization flourishes alongside nature, ensuring a legacy of resilience for generations to come. As we delve deeper into history, we find that civilizations have not only thrived but also faltered due to environmental shifts. The ancient Maya, for example, experienced significant droughts that led to their societal decline. These changes remind us that ecological balance is crucial for survival. Conversely, some societies have showcased remarkable adaptability. The Inuit of the Arctic adapted to extreme cold by developing innovative hunting techniques and building igloos, demonstrating resilience in harsh climates. Their survival strategies offer insights for modern challenges. The rise of agriculture in the Fertile Crescent marked a pivotal moment in human history. As societies transitioned from nomadic lifestyles to settled farming, they faced challenges such as soil depletion and water management. This shift laid the groundwork for future civilizations. Similarly, the Industrial Revolution brought both advancements and environmental repercussions. Urbanization and factory emissions led to pollution and health crises. This historical lesson urges us to consider the long-term effects of technological progress on our planet. The Dust Bowl of the 1930s serves as a stark reminder of human impact on the environment. Poor agricultural practices led to severe soil erosion, displacing thousands. This disaster highlights the importance of sustainable land management in preventing ecological collapse. In contrast, the restoration of ecosystems in various parts of the world showcases the potential for recovery. Initiatives like reforestation and wetland restoration illustrate how human intervention can positively impact the environment and foster biodiversity. Modern indigenous practices also offer invaluable lessons. Many indigenous cultures have maintained harmonious relationships with nature through traditional ecological knowledge. Their sustainable practices can guide contemporary efforts for environmental stewardship. As climate change accelerates, the vulnerabilities of coastal communities become evident. Rising sea levels threaten livelihoods, forcing communities to adapt or relocate. Historical responses to climate shifts can inform our approach to current challenges. The COVID-19 pandemic has also underscored the interconnectedness of humans and nature. Our relationship with the environment impacts public health, revealing the need for integrated approaches to health and ecological well-being. Looking forward, innovative solutions like urban green spaces and sustainable architecture aim to create cities that coexist with nature. These modern approaches draw from historical lessons, promoting a future where civilization and the environment thrive together. The historical narrative of environmental changes and society is ongoing. Each lesson from the past encourages reflection on our responsibility to preserve the planet. Understanding history empowers us to advocate for sustainable practices today. As we conclude, the journey through history reveals that humanity's fate is intertwined with the natural world. By recognizing the lessons of the past, we can create a more sustainable future, ensuring a legacy that honors both civilization and nature.